Hey fam, it's Blanca La Fina, your World Empress, and today we're talking about the High Priestess Tarot card. The High Priestess is the second card of the Major Arcana. You've most likely encountered the High Priestess before, but in other forms. She can be seen in the archetypes of Persephone, Artemis, Isis, and many more. When you encounter her, you will see her sitting on a cube stone between two pillars at Solomon's temple. Yahin and Boaz. Yahin on the right is generally referred to as the pillar of establishment, and Boaz on the left is the pillar of strength. The pillars also depict the duality of nature, masculine and feminine, good and evil, negative and positive. The High Priestess's location between the two pillars suggests that it's her responsibility to serve as a mediator between the depths of reality. She is the third pillar, the path between. She believes that both pillars are equal and there is knowledge to be learned in both worlds. You will also notice that she wears the crown of Isis, which can mean that she is a believer of magic. The High Priestess wearing of the solar cross denotes that she is connected to the season of the earth and the earth itself. The crescent moon at her feet is seen also in many depictions of the Virgin Mary and means that she has a complete grasp over her emotion, and the pomegranates referred to the ambition of the priestess. When this card appears in its reverse position, it often signifies that we're out of touch with our intuition, or perhaps we're resisting the deeper knowing that is trying to make its way into our awareness. It can point to a period of inner confusion, self-doubt, or feeling disconnected from our spiritual practices or personal wisdom. This state of disconnection may feel uncomfortable, but it's also a powerful invitation to realign with our true self. The reversed High Priestess can suggest that you've been relying too heavily on logic, external advice, or surface-level thinking, ignoring the more subtle, intuitive guidance that has been urging you forward. It can be a reminder that sometimes answers don't come from rational analysis. They come from a deeper, more trusting connection with your inner voice. This reverse card signals a need for new approaches such as meditation, prayer, or mindfulness practices, to quiet the mind and reestablish that connection to the inner realm. It's almost like the High Priestess is asking, how can you slow down enough to hear what your heart and soul are telling you? The confusion or feeling of being lost might stem from not trusting your own instincts. When this card is reversed, it's also a call to be brave, even to ask yourself the tough questions. Those questions that might lead you to uncover truths that have been buried or ignored for too long. By sitting with your discomfort and facing those deep personal questions, you may find clarity and direction that feels much more aligned with your authentic self. The journey inward, although challenging at times, holds the key to moving forward in a way that is truly in harmony with who you are. Have you ever had a moment where you felt disconnected from your intuition and perhaps had to recalibrate or trust in new ways to find your path again? The High Priestess reversed in a love context definitely speaks to some emotional turbulence and a disconnect between the heart and intuition. When this card appears in reverse in relationships, it often suggests a period of confusion or imbalance, where your inner guidance is clouded. Even though you may be highly desired and attracting attention, it's as if there's a sense of discomfort or unease about the motives behind that attention. It's almost like you're not fully trusting what's going on beneath the surface, whether that's with a partner or in the dynamics of a potential relationship. If you're in a relationship, the reversed High Priestess can indeed signal a time of emotional upheaval, emotional outbursts, or heightened sexual attention may come to the forefront. But this often happens when there's an underlying misalignment or unresolved feelings. You might feel like you're not fully understanding yourself or your partner, which can result in frustrations, impatience, or even conflicts. It's so important to heed the advice of the High Priestess reversed in these situations. Take a step back for yourself. When emotions run high, it's easy to react in the heat of the moment, but this card encourages reflection of self-care. Stepping away for a little while to reconnect with your intuition can help you regain clarity. It might also be a time to reevaluate whether your emotional needs are being met in the relationship and what you truly want. By allowing yourself some space to process your feelings and connect with your inner wisdom, you'll be better equipped to address the emotional challenges and tensions that arise. Without acting out of impulse or frustration, the High Priestess reversed urges you to seek balance, trust your feelings again, and make decisions that feel aligned with your authentic self, rather than getting swept up in external pressures or confusion. Have you ever experienced a period where relationship tension or emotional confusion led you to take a step back and reflect before moving forward? The High Priestess reversed in a career context really highlights a sense of disconnection and the potential for hidden agendas or dishonesty. When this card shows up, it suggests that you might not be fully aware of what's going on around you at work. There's a sense of being left out of the loop, and that can lead to feelings of isolation or even frustration. It's a reminder that you may not have all the information you need, and this lack of transparency can create a sense of vulnerability or confusion. The reversed High Priestess also points to the possibility of someone being less than honest or acting with hidden motives, especially when it comes to a female figure in the workplace. This could be a colleague, supervisor, or someone you're working with closely. Be mindful of people who may not have your best interest at heart. Trusting your intuition is key. If something feels off, or if you sense a lack of transparency, it's important to listen to your inner warning. When it comes to financial matters, this card carries an important cautionary message. If you're considering taking out loans, signing contracts, or making any big financial commitments, the High Priestess reversed urges you to proceed with caution. You may be dealing with terms or conditions that aren't being fully disclosed, or there may be elements in the agreement that are not clear. It's important to take time to fully understand what you're getting into. If something doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to ask questions or seek advice from someone you trust before moving forward. Ultimately, the reversed High Priestess in your career context is all about reclaiming your power through awareness and trusting your gut. When you feel disconnected or uncertain, your intuition can help guide you to the truth and protect you from potential missteps. Taking time to reflect and gather all the information you need before making decisions is essential right now. Have you encountered a situation at work or in a financial context where you had to trust your intuition to navigate a tricky situation or avoid a potential pitfall? When this card appears in reverse, especially if you've been isolating yourself, it often signals the need to reconnect with both your body and the world around you. If you're withdrawing or avoiding your health concerns, the card encourages you to take action and get more engaged, whether that means addressing emotional needs or actively seeking the help and support you need. The High Priestess reverse can act as a prompt to stop ignoring or postponing health issues that may be lingering. This card can reflect moments when the body's natural cycles or rhythms are out of alignment, and it might indicate that something is blocking or disrupting the balance of energy within. If you're experiencing symptoms related to menstruation or hormones, it's important to listen to your body and make sure that these issues are being addressed. If you're facing challenges in the fertility realm, this card reminds you that seeking the right guidance and support is key, and it's important not to ignore potential underlying issues. If you feel your concerns aren't being taken seriously, it's critical to speak up and advocate for yourself. Sometimes we don't feel listened to in a medical setting. We can feel even more disconnected from our bodies and health needs. But the High Priestess reversed encourages you to try multiple healthcare practitioners, seek second opinions, and ensure that your health needs are taken seriously, even if it means being persistent. The key here is that you don't allow delays or dismissals to prevent you from seeking the care and answers that are necessary for your well-being. In short, the High Priestess reversed in health is about taking charge, addressing imbalances, and ensuring that you are heard. Whether it's finding the right support, addressing emotional isolation, or reconnecting with your body's needs, this card is urging you to trust your inner wisdom and act accordingly. Have you ever had a situation where you had to advocate for yourself in a health context or work through an issue of imbalance before things could improve? When the High Priestess reversed appears in a spiritual context, it can often indicate a disconnect from your usual spiritual practices or intuition. You might feel like your connection to your spiritual side has weakened, or that you're unable to hear the messages that you once received so clearly. This can be disorientating, especially if you relied on your intuition or spiritual guide in the past. But the High Priestess reversed is also a reminder that the messages are still there. They haven't disappeared. They just might require a little more patience and effort to access. It's a call to slow down and create space for stillness. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in distractions, and the reversed High Priestess reminds us to carve out moments of quiet reflection. Meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence can help you reconnect to that deeper intuitive wisdom. It's as though the card is saying, don't rush the process. Give yourself time to tune in again. Sometimes, when you're feeling out of touch with your spirituality, it's because you're trying too hard, or you're not allowing yourself the space to truly listen. The High Priestess reverse can also serve as a caution against becoming overly dependent on outside sources, such as psychics or mediums. While these tools can be valuable and offer guidance, relying on them too heavily can detract from your own ability to access your inner wisdom. The card encourages you to trust in your own connection to spirit and your own intuition, rather than constantly seeking answers from others. You have the power within you to receive the messages you need, and part of spiritual growth is learning to trust that you are capable of finding those answers within yourself. The High Priestess reversed is about self-reconnection, patience, and trust. It's a reminder to be gentle with yourself when your spiritual connection feels distant, and to take time to nurture that connection at your own pace. Have you ever experienced a period where you felt spiritually disconnected? And how did you find your way back to that sense of connection? Well, fam, I want to say thank you so much for watching and listening to my video. Make sure to like and subscribe and make a comment below on how the High Priestess has influenced your life. And make sure to look out for my many other tarot card videos. Stay blessed, doing your best.